Welcome to this episode of
The Ed Factor.
This is part 2
Second half
of our 1990s shootout between Iron Maiden and Bruce Dickinson. It's Chris's turn.
Yep, so it's my turn, guys. Andy's turn, which you saw last week, was comprehensive.
I think so.
Full of incredible tracks. And mine, I hope, will provide some more talking points, because we did talk at length.
We did.
About each of the tracks. And there is a bit of crossover, I'm not lying to you. Of course, how could there not be in an era with such complete and utter dross as they were in the 90s in ours and your favourite band. But so this is my take on Iron Maiden in the 1980s. So the format, same as last time, is
we'll start from 10, working up to
go
number
to the
1.
top track of the year. And we'll start with Iron Maiden first, then we'll go on to Bruce Dickinson. We'll talk a wee bit about each track, and then what we'll do is we will go into
a little summary discussion.
The final summary, and then work out which of the top 10 lists are, our favourite.
Who wins the shootout?
So it's half time in the game. Both teams have taken to the field, and they've swapped sides, and the whistle's about to go, and Ariaris is about to kick the ball. So this is my top 10, number 10 of the 1990s for Iron Maiden.
No prayer.
No prayer.
No prayer for the dying.
Absolutely. And
great song.
A fantastic song. It was on your list too.
It was on my list too.
One of the real undiscovered gems. This bit here. Absolutely brilliant. Just gold.
Brilliant track. Brilliant track.
Yeah. Really love it. Now we're talking, I suppose. If you were in the 90s listening to this album, you listen to that and you thought it's a really good track. It's a progression. Maybe not in the same direction as what we had previously in Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, but a good song nonetheless. But I'm not let down by production.
No, this song
was not let down by production.
I think I said in the last episode, this song for me sounds like it could be on Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
It's a Children of the Damned-esque vibe to it. For me, and I think it's a great song. A
really good song. And testament to it. It's probably a song that most, Maiden fans may not listen to an awful lot.
No.
And for the newcomer, it wouldn't be charging or wouldn't be annoying anybody's top 30, even probably top 50 of all time list.
And just thinking of something about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be fair to say that as an Iron Maiden title track song,
yes,
it is probably the most under the radar?
Yes. Great shout.
That's fair, isn't it?
Yep, great shout. Absolutely.
I think a title track songs, they're usually
biggies, Number of the Beast, Power Slave, absolutely. Seventh Son, absolutely.
Iron Maiden,
Fear of the Dark.
Time, Fear of the Dark, Final Frontier, Dance of Death,
Brave
absolutely. New World,
Senjutsu.
It could be interesting. We haven't reviewed Senjutsu properly. Obviously we will, but but maybe
decent
a rival for it. But yes. Here
we go. Right,
cool. Nice one at number 10. Yeah.
Number 9.
Wow,
love it.
¿Cómo estás, amigos?
Oh, bookends, guys. Bookends. I just wish he lived for 100 years. Absolutely love it. Love it. Absolute gold. So the final track, Virtual 11. And we're going to wait for the sound clip. I've clipped mine and I have to wait. Otherwise you're going to be hearing it number 8 as well. Your idea is a lot better, actually.
So all right.
How good's my finger? There we are. So, Como Estas Amigos.
Interesting choice, Chris.
Well, it is, but it's a good song.
It is a good song.
Didn't trouble yours at all, but
no.
Why I love the song is it's a very, very personal song, obviously, to Blaze.
Yes.
And him and Yannick wrote it together. I just think that we talked an awful lot about light and shade, We talked an awful lot about how the X Factor had a lot of shade and no light. We talked about how Virtual 11, and it is a bit of a hodgepodge of an album, but I think that track as a final track is an excellent choice.
That's a
It's
fair
a great
point.
song,
I can see
and it
that,
has
yeah.
light and shade. It's got a a melancholy intro. The verse is I would say is melancholy, but the chorus is full of hope, and it just makes me think to myself, the hope Blaze had for the next album.
That's a very good
we've
point.
talked about
Yeah,
talked about the songs that could have been on that album that ended up in Brave New World in a Virtual 11 episode. We know what Silicon Messiah was like.
Yeah.
I just think I talk about bookends a lot when we talk about Maiden. No Prayer for the Dying is a bookend of the 90s, and this was the other bookend for the 90s for Maiden. So, albeit not the exact start of one album and the finish of the last album, but title track, big track off the No Prayer for the Dying album, a really good song. And this is not a celebrated song at all, but then when we interviewed Blaze and we chatted to him, you can catch that in our channel, he did say it was his favourite song.
He said it was his for him, his biggest song.
Yeah.
And he said he knew for a lot of fans it wasn't.
Yeah.
But he had a personal connection.
But I love it. I just think it reflects more Blaze than Maiden. I think it's one of those things that it gives you hope. Blaze always has that, and one thing I'll talk a wee bit about in our song Revive, but one thing that he does now, like we saw this in February in Belfast, saw him do this song, and it was really emotional, because at the end of the day, I suppose all the things that he's been through, all the things that he had yet to go through with Maiden, being kicked out of the band, and that's all we can say, but he has no more tears because, gave him it was such an experience, I don't know. I just absolutely love it. It's a great track. I do. It's one of my very favorites, and one that, when you're walking around the house or you're driving or you're singing it to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. But
interesting, man. Yeah. Interesting. It's I enjoyed hearing Blaze perform it at the gig.
Yeah.
For me, it's a song that I never really connected with that much before, and it may be for a couple of reasons. I don't know. Maybe I overlook that song for some reason. The second half of Virtual 11 is such a is a real disappointment for me. Whether, and again, you can check out our review of it.
Yeah.
I think
Please do.
I said that album for me was a game of two halves.
Yeah, absolutely.
The football analogy of the album.
Analogy.
Where the first half was a strong half.
Yeah.
Despite the really poor production. So the songwriting was good in the first half of the album. And then for me, there was some really, really weak stuff on that second half of the album.
Yeah.
And this is definitely the best song off the second half of the album. But I think for me, I tend to listen to albums rather than songs.
Right, okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'm an album person.
Guy. Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I don't get round to
listening to it. Yeah.
I can't get that far because listening to Through the Educated Fool and Like the Eyes of the Stranger just makes me go, I'll stick.
Golf. Yes, that's another song.
Or put something else on,
Stick Brave New World on.
Or Silicon Messiah or something else on, or the X Factor even. It just, so that may be part of it. I also think you're saying it was a good. You think it's a good song to finish an album on?
I do, but in a way that I think that Hell on Earth is a good way to finish an album.
Hell on Earth's epic,
but I think that's quite epic.
Do you think that's quite epic? How long does that song last?
I can't remember. I don't have it here.
I don't know.
It's not as long as the Klansman, but
no. I'm just gonna.
You look through it there, but
gonna check.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't feel like an epic.
It's a song I think it's a song of hope. It's a song of looking forward to the future.
5 minutes, 29 seconds.
So that doesn't come into an epic category.
So qualify. Technically, our epic is over 7 minutes. So
yeah.
I just thought at the time as well. I thought that was an odd note to end an album on.
Right. Okay.
For Maiden, it wasn't It's not Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
No.
It's not June or
To Tame My Land,
as you call it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's not.
That'll be the name.
Yeah. You know, a Maiden album usually finishes on an epic.
A bombast, yeah.
And that.
Although I would say
Bar Mother Russia may be the shortest.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, but
or maybe Killers.
That album's full of songs which aren't archetypal Maiden songs. Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't really an archetypal Maiden song.
No, I think that's
right?
maybe my point.
And
yeah,
it's probably, and you and I do come at Maiden from different angles. We do.
Yes.
I'm a singles man, love all the albums, but you know, I come with a less solid ground in the metal than you.
Okay.
But you're more you're like you were pure metal when we were younger.
When we were younger.
Yeah, you were pure. You wouldn't listen to anything really else. Such whenever we get older, we get into stuff. Which I had a slight I deviated from Maiden until this album and I come back.
Yes.
You know, and to be honest, I didn't really give this much of a listen. Until latterly, you know. But I really like it. I think it's because I really like Blaze.
No, right? That's fair.
And I think that's probably enough said about that because that is track number 9.
Right, that's true.
So we need to go on a track
curveball for me.
Big time,
but nice choice.
I think there's going to be a few curveballs in this.
Wow.
Fucking love this song.
Look for the
truth.
Yeah.
Brilliant song.
I like this song too.
Brilliant.
Too.
So, very good.
I like this song.
Whoop, what's going on? Whoop! Okay.
I like this song.
Very good. Yeah. Great track. Very good. And I cut that short. That just that one bit in that song I really, really like. Mm-hmm. So I also like within that song, it's got the Yannick lilt in it as well, which is you know, in an album of shade, this is a wee tiny bit of light. Right?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. I like the message of the song. I like the lyrical content of the song. I'll just refer to my notes if I don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah. It's my final stand. I make a fist with each hand. Look for the truth. Yeah, it's really,
about kind of fighting back from being in a bad place and getting a lot of shit out.
Absolutely.
Is
so
what
like
about,
Como Estas Amigos is an introspective song full of hope. This is full of fight and full of come on, let's have this. You know what I mean?
And it does have a whoa, whoa, whoa chorus
space
as well. It does have a whoa, whoa, whoa chorus.
The whoa, whoa, whoa chorus. You know, you can't go far wrong with a whoa, whoa.
whoa.
I love a whoa, whoa. And, you know, all Maiden fans love a whoa, whoa. But I think that I love the way it starts, like with the just the guitar arpeggiated picking, and then you know, he's singing very low, and that Monsters of Men bit. Like I think when we did the review of the album, I said, was he really in tune? But he's it's sort of like an harmony or something. The way he sings it anyway stuck with me, and it stuck with me ever since I listened to it.
Yeah,
like you know, I have made these. All right, we put them in order. We decided to put them in order of preference.
Yeah.
I put them in order of the way I like to do, make a mixtape or whatever. What's better one after the other, and it was in it. You know, like it was my first. You know, your 1, 2, 3 hitters, and then that's your next one.
Yeah.
Change the mood, change the tempo, change the scenery, and no, I really think that's a fantastic song.
No, I do really like that song.
It's one of those ones that you know, again, it flies under the radar, and a lot of these songs fly under the radar, especially on the Maiden side, you know.
No, I would agree with that. That's one of the songs. I mean, you know, I'm an X Factor fan. You know, although I know it has faults, but that's one of the songs definitely. I wouldn't. That is one of the songs would be a keeper on my version of the X Factor.
All right, absolutely, it is. Yeah,
it's
and that's on our YouTube channel. I made a YouTube Andy Factor playlist if you want to watch it. So next then, number 6, I'm gonna say number 7. Right there, I can't think today. So this is maybe a bit lower.
This is go.
Here's an curveball.
Vira.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant song. Really, really good. Not on any album. Best of the Beast.
Best of the Beast compilation.
So many parts in this. So many parts in this song that I like. That bit, the chorus, is excellent. It's one of those ones that it's straight ahead. There's not a lot of messing in it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's what you expect in a metal track. You know what I mean. The bits that rats in the cellar bit, I love it. Rats in the cellar.
I do like that bit.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, I remember hearing Virus for the first time and going, "Fuck yeah,
yeah,
that's cooking."
Yeah.
You know, why wasn't there more of this?
Yeah.
You know, a bit more of this on. Yeah.
Painfully missed on either of the two albums. It would have sat really well.
Yeah.
And would have improved either fantastically well.
Absolutely.
But really, really good.
Agree.
And the video, fucking Dave Murray's pretending to sing. You know, what more could you want? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, it's really different, but
really good. A really, really
and
good.
Another whoa, another great whoa,
rocker.
and another thing as well, guys. Another thing. One of the reasons why I love this song is because it plays again, and I'll go back to it, but if you listen to the Live in Czech album that he released, I think about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the way he talks. You know the way. One thing about Blaze, if you've never seen him, and please do, he gives you a little spiel at the start of most of these songs.
Yeah.
And the one from I was nearly going to put it on there because I think. We'd just be going, that's class, you know. But he was talking about how people told him he couldn't succeed and all, and you know, they're the virus, you know. But I remember he did it when it was our first gig we saw after COVID, was Blaze in the Diamond.
Yeah.
And it just struck with me. I thought I loved it before that, but I just thought that's such a great tune. The Blaze Bailey version is better, I have to say. You know,
with
definitely,
Alpha.
yeah, with Chris, with the Alpha Boys, really, really good,
brilliant,
but
brilliant
a great
players,
track and a very short-ish track, but proggy parts in it. You know what I mean?
Short-ish track, yeah. Without the intro, without the long intro, it's a shortish track. When you put that intro in, it's not so much, but I think it's a really strong track.
Good tune.
I do. And as you say, it would have
improved both albums.
It should have been on either Virtual 11.
Should have been on Virtual 11, probably.
Yeah.
It would have been a great track 3 on it.
I think it's mad that
Shuffle the Clansman a bit down.
It's absolutely mad that it wasn't on.
Yeah.
Like why would you put it on it? You know, just because you put it on Best of the Beast.
I don't know.
Strange decisions.
Very.
Chris.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again,
another strange decision.
You know, yeah.
Very much so. Another strange decision. You're right.
I would agree, but no, good choice.
Right.
Good choice, man. Yeah.
Next track, I think we're getting in a bit more familiar territory with number 6.
Okay.
It was on yours as well.
That was on mine.
So, what more can we say about the incredible future here?
That we haven't already said.
Such a great tune.
Great opener.
Brilliant opener.
Yeah.
Blaze on fire, the band on fire. Promised so much for that album. Bruce Dickinson had to play it on the 800 tour. And we said already in a previous episode, B-side of The Wicker Man.
Yep.
Great version. Didn't do it any better.
Yeah, I saw Bruce sing this.
That's right.
Paris,
yeah.
On the 9th of the 9th,
1999.
Yep. And boy, was that a gig.
Riffage Central.
Yeah. And I have to say, this was actually one of the... I mean, as awesome as it was, obviously, to hear Aces High and 2 Minutes to Midnight and all, after all that time, it was a bit like, oh, I can't believe it's happening. You know, that song was a particular... It was a particular moment at that gig.
Yeah.
Hearing them play that and Man on the Edge, because it's kind of like it's kind of in some ways what you kind of imagined maybe in your head at times.
Yeah, of course.
That's being unfair to Blaze. To Blaze, but
I know what you mean.
I think even Blaze would acknowledge this, that, you know, looking back on it, this was a very tough gig because no one ever as an Iron Maiden fan, you didn't want Bruce Dickinson to leave, you know, and I think Blaze has said, you know, no one wants the singer to leave from their favorite band.
Their favorite band.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter who comes in. It could be. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's hard. It was hard not to imagine what would Bruce be like singing this.
Yeah, of course.
At times.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So those songs, it was particularly cool just to hear him singing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away. Like, these are Blaze Bayley songs.
Yeah.
And Blaze sounds ace at singing this. And for me, Future Real is a Blaze classic, isn't
classic,
it?
isn't it?
So, yeah.
So here comes the next one then.
Okay.
Interesting. Says number 5.
Are we on number 5?
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm used to it. Another repeat. Yannick's here, everybody. Here he comes. This bit. The cymbals.
Oh, he's all over the right.
Oh, loving it. Love it.
So yes.
It's the 90s, everybody. They've just started. And nothing really's changed. You know what I mean? It's such a great song. Love the lyrics. Love the harmony in the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Love the fact that it's about World War II, which I'm a massive nerd about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Love, and I said it, and when you chose it as well. It's Yannick's calling card.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's this.
The 90s are about Yannick, really. You know, Dave's doing Dave stuff.
Yeah.
Adrian wasn't about. So, you know, it's about Yannick and his what he did to improve the band. Now, production wise, we're not going there, but as a guitar player, he gave it an unpredictability, an incendiary quality.
It's a really interesting point, man.
Smithy's the groove.
Yeah. Do you think,
you know, Smiley's the speed?
Yeah.
And Yannick's the lilt. Now we would say the melody, the but Derry's, you know, flinging the guitar around.
Yeah,
he's Richie Blackmore.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that we've underplayed a little bit?
I genuinely think there's a lot of people in the world who probably think Yannick Gers is still the new guy in the band.
Yeah. But what I mean is, it's yes, there is that. But have we, in our discussions of 90s Maiden, we've talked about production an awful lot.
Yeah, we have.
Obviously, the change in singer.
Yeah.
But the change in direction, I think, is quite clear as well. Have we perhaps underplayed the change in the absence of Smith?
Yeah.
And what Gers has brought to the party?
We've maybe accentuated one and underplayed another, probably.
Yeah, because the band's sound changed in that era. Is it all down to production, or is it partly because of? I mean, the guitar sound changes quite
we
radically.
don't particularly like the guitar. We've both said that in our episodes previously.
Yeah.
That we didn't like the way the guitar sounded. I think it's you can't really have one without the other. I suppose Yannick. You can still pick out Yannick's leads and fills and solos today.
Yeah.
And you can tell when he's had a. Oh God, I don't know where I'm going to say this, whether I should or not, but has he had, since he joined the band, a bigger stamp on the songs than Adrian Smith has? Think about that.
Okay, that would be an episode in itself.
That would be that's a very it's something that
from songwriting point of view, you mean? Stamp
on your calling card, and I'm talking Adrian's calling card against Yannick's calling card. I'd say Yannick is probably more of a team player regarding writing, possibly.
Okay.
Who's he wrote? He's wrote with everybody.
So is Adrian.
But it's usually Smith Dickinson, isn't it?
She's Smith Dickinson. Yeah, you mean there probably isn't so much Smith Harris? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like our Bailey Gers Harris, or do you know what I mean? That's me just going without having checked. To be honest with you,
we maybe need
to
look at that.
I think he brought an. All right, we were used to the Maiden sound from 81 to 89, right? We were used to it, and we still love it, and it's still our favourite era. Somewhere in Time is my favourite album, and that is an Adrian Smith album.
Yep.
and I could listen to that from now to my dying day without any fear of it becoming samey or boring. There's so much going on, and it's such a great album. It's not the most archetypal Maiden album. You would probably say that,
Yeah.
and I would agree with you. But I think what Yannick does in each album is he has a card in each album. You know.
Okay.
You know, like 22 Case Avenue, that rundown before the final chorus. That's Adrian Smith. You know, that's great. That's what Yannick brings to the song still with Adrian in the band. Adrian brings his own stuff, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they've both got their...
It's funny.
They've both got their own thing. I mean,
there's not an album. You couldn't turn around and say that's Yannick Gurr's album. Like sometimes an Adrian Smith album. You know.
No, I think this album, I think No Prayer for the Dying was an album that suited Yannick in a way that he was only in a matter of weeks before they start recording it.
Yeah.
So he's a very spur of the moment, effervescent player.
Yes, he is.
It's very ad lib.
Feel.
And that particular album was right, we're recording it in a barn and we're going for a live feel.
That's gonna, yeah.
So, you know, get your Strat on and away you go. So a lot of it is, there's a lot of fire and he's just ripping.
Yeah.
Off the top of his head.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think that suits him. I would argue, it's a great idea for an episode, actually, the influence of each guitarist.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll do an episode on
I
that
think we should actually sort of mop everything up.
Because there's a bit of kind of more to say
it.
about it.
It's not for now.
It's not for now, but
no problem.
Yeah, cool choice, man.
Okay, no bother. And the next one you probably can guess.
Oh!
And if you don't like this, oh, love it, brilliant. I think I might want to play it at my funeral again. The 9-minute version as well. What a tune, brilliant. Absolutely. What can
I'm surprised it's not your number
one.
one.
I know. It nearly was. But anyway, long version's better.
How is it not your number one?
It's not.
Chris used to tell me that I had to play this song at his funeral. That's how much, like, when this song came out, he went ballistic over this song. Chris wasn't really mad about the X Factor.
No.
And this came out, he went, fuck it, it was the best thing he'd ever heard. He went daft about it.
It's a classic rock, man.
You love this song.
I love classic rock. It's a curio. It's a song that got me back into Maiden. So thank you guys. Thank you, Steve Harris, for writing this fucking A chord masterpiece.
It is, as you say, it's a curious song. It's
absolutely.
It's not a stereotypical Maiden song.
And we talk like
it's not one of its charms. I like it. Don't get me wrong. There's some people hate this song. I do not. I do like it. But it didn't make it into my top 10.
No, I knew it wouldn't. No. It wouldn't make it into any, but probably make a lot of people's top 10 worst Maiden songs. But I just have to say that, you know, that I do think that this is... We talked about Tears of the Dragon being a crossover appeal song in the last episode.
Yeah.
So this is the same. This is the same. This is a song that harks back to Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who, right? So a lot of people like that sort of music. The guys in the band were reared on that music. They grew up with that music, okay? So it could very well be a nod and a wink to that, a cheeky nod and a wink to that, because they are quite similar, even in length. And breakdown stuff and things like that. All right, they're not exactly the same. But I think it's just a great, straight ahead, 4 on the floor, radio-friendly rock song. And that's what they were trying to do.
Okay.
They were trying to bring people back. And guess what? It worked. It brought me back in.
Well, it brought you back in. Yeah.
And I never looked back. You know, I think it probably still have Stuart Pearce and Paul Gascoigne and Faustino Esprilla and Jan and Nico and Nets. You know what I mean? And that poster. And Gaza.
The world's greatest keeper. Yeah. I'm not surprised that it's on on your list.
Not. You could have put the house on it.
Didn't make mine.
No.
It's I do like it as a track, but is it a top? Is it a bona fide Maiden song to me? No. It is a Maiden song. And
I know what you mean, though.
but
Totally get you.
It wouldn't. No, it's not in my
And
top
people,
10,
you could have an argument with people in the pub or at a gig about it, and you know, you just have to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
you really do.
It's one of those, but
It's
I
one of those.
I want to stress, I do not hate it. I know there's a lot of people hate this
Yeah.
song. I am not one of them. I'm not so keen on the 9-minute version. I do think it goes on. I think I've said it before. It sounds like they're fantasizing about what it would be like to play it live.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And getting the crowd going and all that there. And that is not... You know, Steve Harris, for me, is a better songwriter than having to do that, I think.
And when Blaze Bailey played it in the Diamond Bar in a Hockle outside Ballymena,
it was mighty.
I nearly shot myself.
But he didn't play it for 9 minutes either. Did he not do the 5-minute version?
I can't even remember. I just remember it being
but it
like
was
as close
brilliant.
to him as I am to this camera, going, you're playing it on the camera. It's my birthday. It's my favourite song.
But I think you summed it up. It's a 4 on the floor, straight ahead, mid-paced rock song.
Absolutely.
So it should be 4 or 5 minutes long.
It should be.
5 minutes at tops. It doesn't need to be 9 minutes.
It's too good to be. It's too good. It's too good.
So
right.
So
next.
what number are we on now?
I can't remember.
Was that 5?
5. I think this could be. Let me just check my notes.
It's your list.
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
How long? That was 4. Yeah, that was 4.
4.
I think I can't count.
So we're on number 3
This
now.
is 3.
Right. Interesting.
Oh, I've also about face. Anyway, go on ahead. No, I haven't. Sorry.
Fear the Dark is number 3.
Life. As you said, this is weird because we didn't talk about this.
Nope.
So. Yeah. So good. So good.
So yeah, I picked Fear the Dark live.
Really, really
as
good.
my number 1 track from the 1990s. But I stressed it was a live version.
I was exactly the same. Mm-hmm. So, talking about songs that got me back in the Maiden. Mm-hmm. So, what was this? 93, Virgin Megastore.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go back to the episode and check. I did not listen to Fear the Dark as an album,
which was released in 92.
92.
Then
I was Nirvana, all into that there. Had obviously my old Maiden and that sort of thing, but did not give a shit about Iron Maiden. Cover was cool looking, didn't like the singles. So, seen the picture disc, which is sold to him for a $5 in 1994.
I was apparently just straight ahead metal. Even though I did listen to Nirvana and all that. For me, it was guitars. So I never understood that's grunge, this is metal, that's thrash.
Here's a funny question, you'll not remember this.
You know,
I sold you my Trooper 7-inch, right? And that picture disc. You sold me in utero and CD.
There you are.
There you are. There you are. I still have them, and you probably still have those.
I do.
That's weird. That was weird. I have your copy of in utero.
I don't remember.
You got the good deal.
I did get the good deal, don't I?
No, I did. You saw me. You went, it's shite.
Did I?
Yeah.
I like a utero, but it's not that.
No, it's not. But listen, that version, you picked your version because of that. I picked my version because of the crowd interaction and that. That is and I had never seen Maiden. You did, didn't you?
I saw them live on that tour.
That tour, yeah.
And
that was the first time you'd seen them.
93 in the King's Hall.
And you were just a kid, like. So you were 12, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I had never seen them. And I'd actually probably, by the time I put this, had never seen live music. But just listening to the crowd, I thought to myself, that's amazing. It's a religious experience, near enough, listening to that. The version of it's great. The crowd interaction is better than the Donington version. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's why I picked it. It's the only live album track that I've picked. But I think it's an absolutely superb song with a superb version, and the album version, never listened to. Because it's nowhere near as good.
It's nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
No. And they did release it as a single.
Yeah.
As well, as you say. No, the live version is head and shoulders above the recorded version. And I think that really gets to the crux of some of the stuff about the 90s, when there's a spell there where actually the songs are better live.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
You know, it really
like, even though
something.
you said about Angel and Gambler, it was written like it should have been played live in the middle bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But unreal.
The band during this during the 90s, Iron Maiden forgot how to make a good record.
Yeah.
They forgot about the art of making records largely because Martin Birch
Yep.
was
no longer working with
them, or probably from No Prayer on starting to kind of
retire.
And
absolutely.
I think he was.
Absolutely.
What am I right in thinking? Was he convinced to go and do Fear of the Dark?
Aye, but he did. He sort of oversaw it rather than had a day-to-day, I think, input in it.
Yeah,
I think.
but yeah.
It was a long time since we did the album review, and I haven't listened to it since. Although I did it on Weekend Warrior when I was listening to this year, and I was like, that's shit.
But shit. But yeah. So yeah, that gets to the crux of it for me.
Yeah.
But brilliant choice.
Right.
Absolutely. I can't believe it's only number 3 though. Go for it.
Number 2.
What is your number 2? Oh my
yeah.
rip.
There you are. Bit of Lord of the Flies. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Again, Yannick's era. That's playing with his fingers. Very much making the guitar sound like an organ, like John Lord and Deep Purple's organ. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Love this. Love the soupiness of the bass. And that comes back in the lead as well. So
it is very
really good.
Richie Blackmore, Deep Purple.
I love the song. I love the song. I love the
song. About the organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's the way. Again, it's another dimension of Yannick. That's another calling card of his. That particular riff.
That kind of staccato.
Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah. They're a really good call.
Yeah.
Man.
A brilliant song.
Absolutely agree.
Blaze is brilliant in it. The chorus is excellent. A brilliant chorus. Again, a chorus to rival anything that Dickinson had at the same time. We're talking mid-90s. We're not talking late 90s. You know, but. You know, a very good chorus, a great song, probably the most rocking track on that album.
Yeah,
I love it. Sort of, I think it's a great song. It's interesting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's interesting.
I think it's got a fantastically. It's a really well crafted song.
Yeah.
And the lead is a great lead.
Yes, it is. The lead's brilliant on it. So it is.
And it's not the longest the lead guitar.
No, it's not.
You know, and it's one of the few examples of them being quite succinct.
Yeah.
On the X Factor.
Yeah.
There aren't many. So yeah, I said in mine that was the one song that I really didn't want to leave off the top 10, and yet it was, you know, I just was borderline. I was really, yeah. It got an honourable mention.
It did get an honourable mention. Mm-hmm. You see this song, right? Mm-hmm. If you listen to it objectively with half an ear, right? Mm-hmm. This song could be played by any band in the world. It can be played with a horn section. If you listen to it. If you really listen to it. So anybody out there that's into doing obscure coverage, if you've got a soul review, you could do Lord of the Flies. Soul review with your Hammond organ and your horn section. Absolutely. That bit you're talking about, that breakdown into the lead. Mm-hmm. Perfect for a horn section. It's orchestral. It's really, really good. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever said.
It is a weird thing to say.
But I'm right. Sorry, I'm right. Any band can make a great stab at that tune.
Okay.
Oh,
it is a great song.
I think it's time for my number 1. I've completely lost count, so let's go.
It's your number 1.
Yep. Well, it couldn't be anything else.
I was wondering.
Brilliant. So good. Love this song. Absolutely love it. And we talked about it.
Yeah.
Previous episode we talked about it at length. So good. So good, guys. Brilliant. A couple of wee things. The intro, so atmospheric. The drums, the militaristic beat.
Yep.
And the ring. Whatever, it's not a harmonic, so it's not. Maybe it is a harmonic. No, yeah. All that at the beginning's fantastic. Love that bit. Love the chorus is so good. Yannick's lilt again, another part that wouldn't exist if not for him.
True.
The whole song,
it's
all
class.
of this, like you know,
class.
I don't really need to say any more.
Yeah.
Than what we said in the previous episode. We're just going over old rope. Go back and watch it again. It is just probably the best song from that era.
Yeah, I can't argue with it.
Excellent track.
Sure, I said for me, it's a better crafted song, probably than Fear the Dark, but Fear the Dark is so iconic.
I had them at 3 and 1, and you had them at 2 and 1.
I had a 2 and 1.
So we're not too far off.
Not too far off. Now, but your list is considerably different to mine, I think, in a lot of ways. Largely dominated by Blaze.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, how many Bruce songs did you have? Tail Gunner, No Prayer, and Fear the Dark.
Fear the Dark, yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I had more than that.
You did. You did.
Mine was maybe more half and half.
You had the Assassin. The Assassin.
I was 1.
You did. 2. Yeah, I had Virus.
3, 4, 5. Mine was actually
5 and 5.
5 and 5.
Yeah. Well, I suppose from what I listen
Bruce.
to and what I like, mine's representative of my taste in that particular era.
Mm-hmm.
Honorable mentions. Didn't have space for Man on the Edge. Same as you.
Yeah.
Really wanted to put that on, and the Klansman, the both of them. But I felt to myself, it's fan service.
Yeah.
It's fan service. Is it servicing you, the viewer, or is it servicing me, the person who?
Oh, it has to be you.
Yeah, it has to be me.
No, it's totally you.
In an alternative dimension, somebody would be picking the Klansman over Look for the Truth, but I just Look for the Truth speaks to me more.
That's what it's all about. It's about your list. You know?
And I couldn't not have Lord of the Flies in it. I could have. I had Man on the Edge. You do a top 10, and this was really difficult because there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Afraid to See Strangers was another one I was going to put. Blood in the World's Hands was another one I was going to put on.
Okay.
So I had about 14, and I just listened to them all over and over and over again. No. That's just, Klansman in particular. I love the song, and by all rights, it should be played live still to this day. It's great parts to it, great sing-along song. Here at the gig, go mad. But it's, for me, it's just it's an epic by numbers.
Okay, fair.
It's not Santa Cross is far better than epic. Fear of the Dark is far better than epic. You know what I mean? And it doesn't just get me in the field.
Okay, cool.
If it was Scottish, it might be different. But yeah, so that's my Maiden.
Very interesting list, Matt. Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. There is a good bit of difference.
It is. Yeah. I'm surprised by some of your choices.
Okay, what was the most surprising one, Jay?
I didn't see you putting Look for the Truth.
Right.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually think I probably would have been more inclined to pick that.
Okay.
Because I didn't think you were a big X Factor fan.
I do love it.
You like it
I do.
more now than you did
I do. I love
before.
it actually. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was definite surprise. I'm surprised that. What else did you have on there? I'm surprised Lord of the Flies is so high up as well. Again, I suppose I'm surprised some of the X Factor stuff is kind of sunk in, maybe, and that you're really
3 songs up for till 11 as well. Which
Come on, Stas Amigo. I suppose that's a surprise as well,
and an album track as well. With Virus.
Yeah.
I do think Virus is a great song. I'd love to see them do it now. I'd love to see what Bruce would do with it.
Yeah, I don't know would it work. They're never going to
work all right, but they wouldn't play it like that.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I think it'll work well.
Just
check out Blazes live and check it out. It's really good. Anyway, right.
Very interesting list, man.
So moving on then to Bruce. Okay, so from 10, here's number 10.
So this is your Bruce Dickinson, Chris's best
top 10 of the 90s in a number 10.
Cyclops.
Love it. Brilliant. Just class. Really just meaty. First track of Balls of Picasso. Just groovy. All that stuff. It's like I Am Iron Man. I said it when we were doing the review.
A lot of phase on those guitars there.
I love it. I think it's great. I love I love the message in the song, as well, like who's watching you and that sort of thing. And it's as relevant today, probably more so than it was then. But a great opening track to a pretty good album.
Yes.
some shite on it, yes, but
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
There's some great tunes in that album. That is one of them. And there might be a few more, we'll see. But
Interesting.
I really think, I just think as an opener, it's a brilliant song.
I think it's
Bruce does really good openers.
He does.
Yeah.
He likes to.
All of his album, well, Balls of Picasso, or not Balls of Picasso, Tattoo Millionaire, maybe not, but you know.
Tattooed Millionaire is an album I don't even really consider it a proper solo album.
I know what I mean.
It's
The
more
canon,
like
yeah.
No, I don't. To me,
We should maybe look at it, you know, right at the very end, like
probably look at
after
it,
the credits type of thing.
And I'm sure it has its fans out there, and we haven't really looked at it, and it's probably maybe we've been a bit. I don't know. I've always thought of Tattoo Millionaire to be a bit of a fuckabout with him and Yannick in his spare time.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't. For me, Balls to Picasso is a proper solo album.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's being disingenuous to it, but
you know, that's a great start. That album starts really strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it does.
Yeah. It's
super.
really, really good. I do wish it was proper Roycey, really heavy.
Aye.
You know, that's. There's some really good stuff in that album.
If you chemical wedding that, it would be brilliant.
Yes.
You know, it would be.
And I think
all day long. Great.
Didn't Bruce say that himself about that album? He's really proud of it, but he wishes it was crushingly heavy.
Yeah.
But he didn't know Roy at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And he should have let Roy produce it, but he didn't know Roy could do that.
You know, Shay Baby doing the job.
And he was going for more of a middle of the roadish type thing at 90s.
Alternative guff.
That's one thing I like about Bruce is he knows, and he's quite willing to go back, and when he doesn't get it right, he says
that's true.
Quite open about stuff that hasn't.
The antithesis of Harris.
Yeah,
it's an old album.
That's really strong. It's a good album.
Good album. It's probably our best album.
Yeah, that's true. Other than there's a lot to be said for sticking to your guns.
Absolutely.
And standing by your work, I suppose.
Absolutely. I've forgotten what's number 9.
Right.
I mean, that's friggin' wrong. Too. How long? Let's skip that. Oh, yeah.
Great song.
Brilliant song. Love it.
Omega.
Beautiful.
Accident of Birth.
Yep. Omega. What a track. Just the apocalypse is coming. You know what I mean? From the Alpha to the Omega. Oh, the intro is just gorgeous. This is brilliant, this song. Brilliant. And hold on as well. That intro is great with the acoustic and the.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant song.
Very good.
Yep.
Look at your future. Brilliant. Absolutely class. Could we sort of break down a bit before then all hell breaks loose with the solos?
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Fantastic
it kind of brings
choice.
it's like the world is ending in that song. Again, cinema. If you had a short movie, you know, a film project, and that song, you know, of the earth being slowly destroyed by the sun.
Should have closed the album.
Brilliant.
That song.
Yeah.
Although Arc of Space
is a good tune, though.
It's a good song, but
but you're right.
That
you're
should
right.
have closed the
you're
album.
right.
That's the epic song that should
you're
have closed
right.
that album.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Humdinger.
Humdinger. I love it. It was one of those ones that's like, fuck, it's not on my...
You did. It was an honourable mention for you.
Yeah.
No.
But brilliant choice, man.
Gold.
Yeah.
Next one. Here we go. Number 8, 9, 7. That's that last chorus where he's singing against himself.
Yep.
Oh Christ. Yeah. Just hot. Dip me in honey. You know what I mean? Oh, brilliant. How is it not any? Get it out again. Get it on one of them American fucking TV shows on Netflix.
Re-release it as
Re-release it. You'd have to be like literally laying the eggs for it. What a tune. Song. Just beautiful. Soaring chorus.
Where is this in your list?
Cyclops Omega tier 8.
Wow. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Right. I really thought it would be higher.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? No.
Yeah.
Not gonna be.
It was number 3 on mine.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it was.
Yeah. Again, we spoke at length about it in the last episode. Just an absolutely fantastic song. Complete underachiever as well. regarding popularity.
It should be a massive song.
Get it on Netflix. Get it on something. Like, what's new? Get it on the next episode of Stranger Things or something. Get it on. Yeah. It did it for Kate Bush. Let's do it for Dicky, guys. Come on, get it sorted.
Yeah, like we were saying, it should have been a transatlantic smash hit, that song, really. You
all remember Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, here he is. But it was new jam.
But it was released too late.
Yeah.
It should have been released in the 80s.
Yeah.
It should have been.
It's great. Could have fit in Sam's Son, that album, you think?
That song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been.
But yeah, I guess
yeah,
it's one of those things that just
what if? What could have been?
Yeah. And don't know. Maybe they just didn't quite have that song in their arsenal then.
But then it's acoustic, isn't it? It's is it from the sessions of Somewhere in Time? I don't know.
Well, he brought it.
Yeah.
To
that's
Somewhere
right.
in Time, and
he said that.
They said no. Yeah. But like I said in the last episode, they've done
Coming Home,
Out of the Shadows and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I think they've
not True to Somewhere either.
No, I think they've learned to do those songs in the post reunion era.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
There's a space for them.
There's a space for them. They've got it right.
Yeah.
They've got the production.
Yeah.
With Kevin Shirley. And
yes.
That now. And maybe just before they didn't quite have it. Maybe in the 80s they felt that was going too soft.
Too hard. Yeah. Too much of a sellout, or
Maybe started doing it in the 90s. Maybe a couple of songs of Fear the Darker, a bit and that, but bad versions.
Yeah.
Whether,
Aye.
But yeah, brilliant. So absolutely stellar song. I'm very surprised it's not higher on your list.
Listen, here's an curveball coming.
Okay. Oh my ripper!
What? I love this song. Absolutely love it.
We're going Skunkworks, everyone.
Skunkworks! I think this song is class. Nice.
Do you like it?
Absolute cracker.
Yeah.
Pumping, driving, hard rock. The production is class.
Mm-hmm.
Jack and Dino is a great producer. Absolutely.
Head switch.
Head switch, yeah. Mm-hmm. Really good. No Roycey fingerprints on that at all, but you could hear him playing it.
Yep. Oh, you can imagine him.
Yep, him and Smithy just absolutely sludging the hell clean out of it.
On flying V's.
Absolutely. Yeah, matching flying V's with stickers all over them because it's a grungy song. But, Queens of Stone Age, Kiss My Ass.
really, I'm really
surprised
good. You've got that.
I absolutely love it. It's grunge
really
metal.
Good song.
It's like something you could imagine Chris Cornell singing over the top of it.
Yeah.
Again, a wee hook. Pull you in. Pull the grungy guys in. Get the grunge producer. Have a band called Skunkworks.
Which is what he was trying to do.
And it was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant idea.
It just didn't
work. But a fantastic song. Song you will never hear played live again. Guaranteed.
I wouldn't imagine it.
No.
Now, folks, we are going to see Bruce
Mandrake
Budapest.
Yep.
At the end of the start of June, isn't it?
Yeah, start of June, 1st of June.
1st of June in Budapest.
So you might get a wee live feed.
We haven't. I haven't looked at the set list.
No, neither have I. The guy that has started the tour and they played in LA and they're in America.
Trying to avoid.
So yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get Head Switch. I doubt it.
I don't think we'll get it. But brilliant song, great lyrics too.
Yeah.
A really, really good song. A real curveball. Above Tears of the Dragon. My opinion. Other opinions are available.
I am shocked.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I'm shocked I'm shocked it's on your list.
Number one. And you're shocked at the position of it.
But I am stunned that it's higher than Tears of the Dragon.
Okay, right. Okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
But whatever floats your boat, that's the thing about music.
This really floats my boat. I love that type of... anything... If you played that type of speed, tempo, and type... I love that type of music. Any band that plays that type of song, that type of style, like Stoner Rock, Caius, Queens of Stone Age.
Yeah, it
Foo Fighters are wee tiny bits, you know what I mean?
That kind of vibe, I suppose. Yeah. I can see where you're
all in mid-90s sort of pretty post-Nirvana bands really good. But then Soundgarden at Daddy them all. You know what I mean? Really, really good. Next one, another one that wasn't on your list.
The Magician.
Love this song.
Love it.
Absolutely love it, from Accent to Birth.
Yeah.
The Magician.
Absolutely.
Brilliant song. Rockin'.
Love it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Again, Sabbath all over. Like, Geezer Butler has pissed all over the console here. It's really, really good. Bill Ward with his headband on, you know. Class. Really, really good. You can imagine Ozzy singing it. You can imagine Dio singing it. That's the thing that I love about this song.
Yeah.
It's probably not a tribute to any of that there, but it's fun.
It's fun. Angry said this in her Accent.
Yeah,
the Birth
it's a great
review.
fun track.
It's a very fun.
I love the
uplifting
chorus.
type
Again,
of
it's
song.
a real singy. It's a real,
Yeah.
whoa, the magician is my name.
It's class.
Brilliant.
It's class.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, this would be one of the
Class.
songs. Wasn't on my list, but one of the ones where you're kind of. I was going, fuck, that's not on it. You know.
Yeah.
You know, how can that not be on it?
So out of those five, we've one in common.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a great tune.
We've
Well
Tears
worth
of the
the listen.
Dragon in common.
Tears of the Dragon is in
And
common.
for me, it was number 3.
It was your number 3.
Close to being like, it's like, oh,
So
it was in my discussions for number 1 in my head.
really,
Tears of
right?
the Dragon.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's not archetypally Dicky though.
And you've got head switch above it.
Anyway, normal service will be resumed at
Stop.
number 5. Brilliant. We've talked at length about this. Feels like we've talked about nothing else for a long time.
But the
actually.
Book of Fell.
Book of Fell. Really good. Brilliant. It's a sledgehammer in the face. Brilliant, man.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great
Oh, I
chorus.
hope he plays this.
Yeah, imagine, oh my god, I can't even cope. I can't even cope. I thought I couldn't cope when they played Hell on Earth. Alexander the Great, Maiden. Oh my days, that would be so good. So good. The intro is great. The outro is great. It's absolutely
And everything
fantastic.
in between is great.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So
Fantastic
good.
track.
So
Yeah.
good. So good. Really, really good. We have that in common.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chemical Wedding, such an album. Go and fucking buy it. Here comes number 4. Again,
Wedding.
the Chemical Wedding,
Yeah.
the album track, the chorus, the absolute chorus.
It's just a
Love it.
knock out of the park,
Just-
isn't it?
Come on, just he better play this.
Oh,
He definitely will. He
bound
has to play this. He
this.
has to play
Bound
this.
play this, isn't it?
No waiting. Very good. Brilliant. Absolute masterpiece. Track 2 off that album, isn't it?
Yep.
Second track. Yeah. Really, really good song. Cinematic, powerful, uplifting,
Yes.
yet terrifying.
It is all
And
of
again,
the above.
we
I
spoke
agree.
at length about that too. That, you know, at the end of the day, there's going to be a wee bit of repetition in this. So it is. So let's see what number 3 is. How did you not have this on your list?
The Road to Hell.
What a tune! Jesus Christ! It's Maiden. We did
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
marvelous! Absolute top.
It is
Absolutely
the
marvelous.
Most, it is the most Maiden song of his.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Ding, ding, ding,
Of his
ding, ding,
Accent
ding.
in the
Oh,
Birth.
the leads, the song, twin lead, pre-chorus. That's what you just heard. Phase verse. Like the way the lyrics changed. He changes the chorus lyrics at the
Yep.
very end. Yep. Oh, we all have to live with our family and vengeance, Andy. But joking on all aside, I am being quite funny about it. But I absolutely love this song. It's
Yeah.
so good. Maiden were giving us Virtual Lab and Virus, giving us Angel and the Gambler. This come out then. I heard this. You played this to me, yes?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. I had to see it. It was 97. And I was like, this is exactly what I miss. This is what have I been missing this by not listening to Fear of the Dark? Well, it turned out that no, I hadn't. But this is just such a great song.
Little did you know, the resurgence was in
coming.
the post.
I know. Oh, This is the first wee sprout of that seed of
wasn't
the
it?
resurgence of Maiden, but absolutely brilliant song. Brilliant song. Unreal. Like, the phased verse, the vocals are phased on it, and that nearly brings you back to Number of the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
The phased guitar in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just certain wee things and wee touches. There's a wee, like an Easter egg, you know what I mean? It's like
there's a bit of so I think this is written by Smith, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is Smith Dickinson. There's a bit of Diary Your Boots on about this track.
Aye, there is.
That's the song that I would draw parallels with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can see that totally.
Yeah. And it's a brilliant track. It didn't make it on my list simply because
Chemical Wedding.
there was only 10 tracks you could pick. And such is the quality of Chemical Wedding stuff. But that's what I meant. It was so difficult to leave a lot of this album and stuff off. You know,
it is, and you'll see that reflected in the next choice. Jerusalem. We spoke again at length.
This is number
2.
Right, okay. Number
Right.
2. What is your number 1 going to be?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Probably can guess.
I can't.
We've spoken about this at length. What a song.
What a song.
What a song. Just absolutely peerless. And I don't care, if there's it's an old song. They brought it to the future. They put different spin on it. They put their own version of it. You can say what you like about certain things, and I don't see them in this version. It's such a great song.
It's immense, isn't it? It really, really is.
And we talked about, I talked about something in Led Zeppelin 4, and you weren't, and I got the song wrong. It was a Battle of Evermore.
Right,
you
okay.
know that way. Ding, 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 with the mandolin.
Yes. You said Led Zeppelin 3.
Oh, did I?
I'm pretty sure that's what. Right.
So this is the Battle of Evermore, forevermore.
Right.
It's just absolute brilliant. Just the it's perfect. It's probably one of the best metal songs ever written.
Yeah.
Apart from number 1. A wee bit later. Just a wee tiny bit later. What a tune.
It's epic.
It's brilliant.
Like, listen to that chorus.
Groove. Just grooving.
It is stunning.
Let the fool decide. Love it.
And
Brilliant.
the riff.
Yeah,
The
that's
two-string
class.
riff.
It's so good.
Class, man.
So good. So good. That's you couldn't say that. You couldn't say better than that. That just sums up for me what the 90s were about and what Bruce was about together. Short, punchy, octave riff.
Yeah.
Multiple influences coming together, but still quintessentially Bruce.
Yeah.
It's The Tire is my favorite song of the decade.
Hard to argue with that.
It's brilliant. Those 3 actually. 4. 5. We'll go for 4, right? So Chemical Wedding, Road to Hell, Jerusalem, and The Tower. You could have said that was all that Bruce Dickinson ever put out, and I would say it's better than anything that Maiden put out in the 90s.
It's really high level, isn't it?
So, in retrospect, I would say my Bruce top 10 trumps my Maiden top 10.
Okay.
What's your opinions, do you think? I'll sum them up. I could sort of run them both together. There you can see. So, got Iron Maiden's No Prayer at number 10, Como Estes Amigos, Look for the Truth, Virus, Future Tail Gunner, Angel and the Gambler, Fear of the Dark, Flies, Cross.
Yeah.
Right? Bruce, Cyclops, Omega, Tears, Head Switch, Magician, Book of Hell, Chemical Wedding, Road to Hell, Jerusalem, Tower.
Yeah, I mean...
Closer? In your opinion, maybe they're slightly closer than yours. Yours was a home run for Dicky.
Mine, I think, is a home run for Dicky.
Yeah.
If
I was to put those tracks against it, like No Prayer against Cyclops, I'd say No Prayer wins actually, but the rest of them, I think are going to have to be Bruce Dickinson wins.
Yeah, I think overall, when you look at it, I think it's
Angel and the Gambler or Chemical Wedding.
you know. Yeah, I'm thinking because there's a couple of this is the beauty of music, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's a couple of, for me, curveballs on
Yeah.
each list.
Yeah.
You know, I'm stunned that Head Switch is,
Yeah.
is above Tears of
The
the Dragon.
Dragon, yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, what? What?
Yes! Only took 2 years.
That's like an assassin one to me.
But I love that song. I think it's a brilliant song. I keep going back to it. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not better than Tears of the Dragon.
No, but I think it is. Tears of the Dragon, Head Switch is more rocking. I like rocking. I want my Dicky songs to rock. You know what I mean? I want them to be powerful. I want them to rock.
Yeah. Oh, no, fair enough. There's some interesting choices on your Maiden list as well. But, yeah, would you, you know, does your top 10 90s Maiden list, does it compare to your top 10 Maiden 80s list?
No.
There's only one winner.
Yeah, there is only one winner.
So I think, yeah, you agree. Which one did you find more difficult to pick a 10 out of?
Bruce.
Bruce, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of honourable mentions, and Bruce actually I didn't actually put it on it. And I just want to make sure that I get them all topped out. So the rest of the Chemical Wedding, needless to say. I quite like the song Octavia off Skunk Works, but it's complete rip-off of the Pumpkins, and I think that's why I like it.
Right, okay.
Space Race is a good song as well.
Space Race is a good song. I mean, I didn't pick anything from Skunk Works, and it's not because I don't like it. I just think such is the quality of
the
you know, Accident of Birth and the Chemical Wedding.
Accident of Birth itself's a great song.
You know, great
Arc
song.
of Space, I quite liked it. But one real mention that I couldn't put on, I actually had it on the long list, is Bruce's cover with Godspeed of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. From the Nativity and Black album. I was nearly going to put that on.
That would have been
fuck you up.
That would have been a real curveball.
But it was a cover, so I wasn't going to put it on. But a brilliant cover. Brilliant cover.
Yeah.
Maiden's cover of Dr. Doctor's good too.
It is, but we can't put covers.
No, we're not putting covers.
Can't put
but
covers
just,
on.
you know.
But an interesting list. I'm just seeing here. So on your Bruce list, you've got, so it's Balls to Picasso,
2.
Accident of Birth, 2, 1 from Skunk Works,
3 Accident of Birth,
and the rest. How many Chemical Weddings?
1, 2, 3,
4.
Aye. 4.
And
I could have picked more.
Yeah. So
I really could have.
That's that kind of reflects Chemical Wedding's the best album.
Chemical Wedding's by far and away the best album.
Accident of Birth's next.
Yep.
And then you'd go Balls to Picasso.
Yeah, I would. And I would probably. I do think, and I made sure to put my Skunk Works in there because I do think it's a good album. And it does deserve a listen. It's a great album. Yeah,
it does deserve a listen. On Maiden, so what have we got albums-wise?
1, 2, 3 from X Factor. We've got 2 from No Prayer. We've got 3 from Virtual 11. We've got 1 non-album track, and we've got 1 from Real Life one. Fear of the Dark Live. So,
which is from Fear of the Dark.
Yeah.
It's
from Real Life one.
It's from Real Life one. Yeah.
Fear of the Dark.
Yeah. No, fair play.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, again, you'd go X Factor and No Prayer are kind of the albums. Oh no, you've got 3 from Virtual 11.
Virtual 11 and X Factor. They would be my 2 choices.
They would be your
They
2
would be my
choices.
2 choices from the era anyway.
Right. Okay. With No Prayer, then you've got 2.
Yeah.
Aye. So it would be.
No, they would be my 2 favorite albums from the era anyway. Both would be like albums, so you know.
And then No Prayer, and then Fear the Dark, a distant
Fear the Dark in the toilet.
Yeah.
It's just guff.
Apart from the title track.
Yes,
basically. But the
one
album,
from Real Life.
the album, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of.
Yeah, can't really be argued with too much, you know. It's.
Yeah, I think you prefer Virtual 11 more than me.
I do. But then it was the album that got me back in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, for me, it's the 90s would be. It's X Factor and No Prayer for the Damned would be my 2 favorite, I think. And then Virtual 11, and then Fear of the Dark. So I picked Real Live one as well over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of product in the 90s, but a lot of it is live versions of stuff we've heard before, not as good. And, you know, there's a lot of product, you know, but again, quality-wise, it's not the best.
No.
You have a best of, you have 3 live albums in 1 year and a video, and you've got 4 studio albums.
Is it, I suppose we're summing up now both my episode and now Chris's episode.
Yeah.
Do you think, for a band of Maiden's stature, do you think that they should have better top 10s for, you know, a decade's worth of work?
Definitely.
You know?
Absolutely. Like, you know, and we talked about it in the episode where we went over your 2 top 10s. And content-wise, there's some, on your top 10 and on mine, there's songs in there that wouldn't even make top 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you bring their whole canon, their oeuvre of work, everything, there's a good lot of those songs would make top 50.
Yeah.
So, Fear of the Dark, Sign of the Cross, definitely would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, you're kind of thinking, and then the top 2 are bona fides.
Yeah.
Then you're into
what ifs, you know, midpoint.
They're good, but they're not.
They're good and they're listenable. They're a nice listen because, you know, if you were a streaming junkie and you had just Maiden the whole time, you wouldn't hear them very often.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do, they probably go, that's really good. You know, but again, we've talked for hours about why that is. But it just is what it is.
It just is what it is. Yeah.
As we close the door on the 1990s, I think we couldn't have chosen any better songs. When you stick them all in a pool, we've chosen 40 songs, 4 top 10s, and there's quite a bit of repetition in them. I'd say, just doing rough miles in my head, there's about at least 30, maybe more % of repetition. Yeah. You know, so we are agreed.
We are agreed.
If we did a top 5, we probably would not fall out over a combined top 5.
I think that's
of Dickinson and of Maiden.
I think that's fair.
You know,
I mean, the Bruce stuff.
Apart from Head Switch.
And
the Assassin.
Yeah. But agreed overall, Bruce's material is stronger.
Absolutely, without question. So in the shootout, you know,
we believe overall, and that Bruce Dickinson's output as a solo artist in the 1990s,
is substantially better
stronger
than
and
Iron
substantially better than Iron Maiden's.
On that supposed bombshell, let the record state that is the opinion of the Ed Factor and not of yourselves. So if you have an opinion, contrary or otherwise, or you agree with us, please let us know. We put a lot of work into this. We put a lot of work into these things. This took actually about 6 weeks to do. You know, actually longer than prepping for an episode, to be honest. But you know, it's been great fun, and like we know this is a labor of love. We really love, and we love hearing from you. So please let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know your favorite 90s tracks from both Bruce and from Maiden.
Yeah,
and
the next time we'll see you,
we will be drawing a veil on the 1990s. And Chris, it does feel like it feels like it's been a long journey during the 90s.
It actually does. I suppose, you know, over time, this is coming into the 3rd year of us doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Into the 4th year now. And it's been the further we go, the deeper we go, you know?
I
actually went back and listened to the first episode, the first album review of Iron Maiden, and it was 37 minutes long.
Yeah,
the whole album. We could spend 37 minutes talking about Phantom of the Opera probably now.
Yes.
You know, but it's been great.
That may not be a good thing, folks, but
we can always go back. Redux, extended mix. But we really have enjoyed the 90s. It's been a complete palate cleanser for me regarding a lot of the stuff I had never listened to before. You know what I mean? Especially Fear of the Dark. X Factor wasn't that sure of. Listened to a good few bits of it. No Prayer. Same. Hadn't listened to it in years. So it's good to be reacquainted with them. And then with the Dickinson stuff, as you probably know if you watch the channel, I'd never heard a lot of it before. And it has completely blown me away. You know,
that's really
that's
interesting.
That's been the highlight. It's actually probably, I'm not being funny, it's been the highlight of the entire 3 years. So
Okay.
far, is discovering Bruce Dickinson's, getting so into Bruce Dickinson's
solo material, because you just weren't as
I just wasn't
au fait
there
with it.
Yeah.
You just weren't there at that time.
And Chemical Wedding, I knew the guitar really, really well. You know, I loved it. It was on my mixtapes. Road to Hell too. You know.
Yeah.
But again, it was a different time.
But you didn't get into the albums.
Didn't really get into albums. No.
Much, yeah.
Like, you know, we talked about that at length in our Chemical Wedding episode. But the next time you'll see us, we'll be sitting in hopefully a nicer surrounding than a pod booth in Antrim.
We won't be in Northern Ireland. We will be in Hungary, in Budapest. Yeah. We're going to see the Mandrake Project.
Hopefully we'll have a beer
live. So yeah, we'll do a little pre-show.
Yep, pre and post
thing and a post-show thing, and let you guys know what the gig is like, and we'll probably post a couple of shots from the gig as well. So
a few candidates.
Yeah.
We haven't got an interview with Dicky yet, but we'll try.
We'll try our best.
I'll be hanging around the playing shops.
Try and grab them. The way we managed
is there a fencing shop in Hungary? Budapest.
We'll try and find one.
Boils at the rally. Anyway.
But yes, have I learned much from the 90s? I think I've come out of this pretty much where I was at before I went into it.
I think you probably have,
you know,
because you were right.
yeah, and it was interesting going over it all, just to go, was you know, would it change my mind on anything? But I don't think it has. I think Bruce's stuff is better. Those two albums are superb. I think he did he did an album, maybe played it safe a little bit. Then he did an experimental album, and then he went back to
his what he does best.
He found a way of making a state of the art heavy metal album again, in meeting Roy Z and working with him properly, and it all came from Roy ringing him up and going, "Here, Bruce, I've written some songs. I'm playing them down the phone.
Yeah,
like here's one, and it was Accident of Birth or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
and really, that is probably what has saved Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
that moment,
absolutely.
And Roy Z saved Iron Maiden. I'm not so sure.
That's not without controversy, but also fact. I think
that's fact.
Yeah, I think it's fact.
I think
Maiden would have broken up and they would have called it a day.
Yeah, I think it is just to draw the end of the 90s. I cannot overestimate how important it was that Bruce Dickinson made two state-of-the-art metal albums.
And incredible albums.
Both
incredible.
Of not only brilliant songwriting, but to show that the voice was actually stronger than ever.
Yeah.
And to show that with a really powerful band and modern production, that, you know, that type of music could still get bums and seats and had a future.
Yeah.
Because the way Maiden were going, they were struggling.
Yeah, they were playing lower and lower audiences.
They were playing lower audiences. They'd forgot how to make a record. Steve self-producing. It's just a disastrous move.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, and I suppose we'll probably never know what the personal reasons were for him doing that. I think there's probably the guy obviously had his reasons for not wanting to leave home, family reasons, all that kind of stuff. You know, as has probably been cited. It's always about divorce and that, but you don't know what else is going on. But it wasn't a good move.
No.
And it took a long time to correct.
Yeah.
Very stubborn. Didn't seem to want to correct.
Couldn't say
kept going.
Yep.
You know, and with diminishing returns.
Yep.
I think overall
perfect phrase.
Although I think X Factor was a bump up, but
can't compare to Chemical Wedding or Accident
Can't compare. No, it's not the same level, is it? You know, and
you know. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't think Maiden would have survived the millennium
without him
having
to make those albums.
Yeah,
I don't think the discussion and the belief would have been the same, nor the excitement, because that announcement came. It wasn't just Maiden fans that went, "Yay!" It was also, I think, that the music, the metal press and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
Bruce had made those albums, there was it gave the belief
Yeah.
that well, hold on, they really could do something
Yeah.
here
New.
because because Bruce's and I think just Bruce went in with such ironclad confidence
Yeah.
on the back of Chemical Wedding, so
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
yeah. I also think he was gunning for it as well. Like
Yeah, I
said,
know you've said that before.
I just think,
Yeah.
why else do you get H back in on riffing on the gold top
Oh
and
my
all?
goodness.
I think he was going for it.
Yeah.
I played for it and got.
got.
I think
Yeah.
as well. So bye 90s, hello 2000s.
So we'll return
Yeah.
at some stage in the future, post Mandrake Project gig.
Yes, post Mandrake Project gig. We will be back on our next album episode, which will be
the return of Maiden classic lineup with a little bit of extra spice. We'll be looking at a brave new world.
Exactly. So we will see you then, folks. Chat soon.
Woo!
Woo!